Hello, this is Elaine with Elaine's Creations, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make this card with the Friends Are Like Seashells bundle. So here's the card. It has these seashells that are also embossed with the seashells embossing folder. And I'm going to show you how all these products coordinate together. It's really amazing. So here's the stamp set and the dies that make the bundle. So you've got all of these shells stamps and one big die, and the die cuts out the shells. The images on the front are not to size because there are so many images, but this cuts out this shell right here, and then this shell right here, and there's this shell right here, and so forth. And then it also cuts out this one large image as well. So I'm going to show you how this works. It also embosses. So we are going to start with the cutout itself. So I have cut this out of a piece of Very Vanilla, and I have made it a bit taller than normal. I used a piece of 4 1/4 wide by 5 3/4 tall to cut it out, to make sure that I got all these little tendrils on the top included. And now I'm going to stamp my shells on all the spaces. I'm going to poke out some of these little pieces here first. You got to get all those pieces out. Make sure you get all those out so that you can see all the lovely little pieces there. So I'm going to start with Blushing Bride. And we have the large shell in Blushing Bride. I think it's a conch shell. So we're going to try to line that up best we can. And it should fit right in there. And then just like that, lined up perfectly. And then we're going to do the large tall shell with Seaside Spray. This is a retiring color. We're going to try to line that up. Okay. And then we're going to do, I'm just going largest shell to smallest. We're going to do the next shell in Daffodil Delight. And that is this shell right here. And we're going to stamp that one. And then we're going to do the next shell in Flirty Flamingo. So the shell's kind of upside down. But I love how all these shells fit right in the die. And then if you want the individual shell, you can just cut it away from all its pieces. And then the last shell we're going to stamp is in Melon Mambo. This tiny little shell right here. And goes this way, kind of sideways. Sorry if my head gets in the way. I'm just trying to make sure I stamp this correctly. I think it goes like that. Almost got it. That's good enough. All right. So now the amazing part is going to happen. We're going to emboss this with the seashells embossing folder. And you're going to see that I can put it right in here. And it is going to line up with my embossing folder. I don't know if you can see that right there. It's a little bit hard to. But you can see that it'll line up perfectly with your embossing folder. So you'll just line that up, get that lined up, and then you will run it through your embossing machine. If I can stop moving this around, whoop. If I can stop moving it around and get it to stay, okay, get that to stay right there. And then bring in your embossing machine. And for this, you're only gonna need one plate, and you're not gonna need your number 2, just your number 1. So we're just gonna have one, number 1, your embossing folder, and a top cutting plate. That doesn't seem right, but it is. And then we're just gonna, no, that's not right. That's too easy to roll through. Okay, so maybe, oh, I know what we need. We actually need number 4. That's a special plate to go with this one. So plate number 4 is what we need. So this goes with the thicker embossing folders. So that's the plate that we need. So now, when we take this out, I don't know if you can see, but it's embossed now. And so there's all this texture on each shell and on all the tendrils. It's quite amazing when you can see it in real life and feel it. You can feel the, oh, you can see it on the back even better. Look at that. Isn't that neat? That is so cool. I love how Stampin' Up coordinated all of this. Okay, so now we can finish our card. We're gonna do a little bit of coloring. I'm just gonna get a scrap piece of paper here. And we're gonna use a soft seafoam and a sponge dauber. And we're just gonna get a little bit of soft seafoam, and we're just gonna gently rub it on our tendrils here to color all of our tendrils. Get those all colored. And then it's so cool when all the peaks of the embossing catch the color here. Just try to do it lightly so you don't get any harsh lines. Get that little tendril right there. Get all these little tendrils over here. And then you can see, you really see the embossing when you get the color on there. It really looks cool. And then these last couple of tendrils over here. And don't forget the ones inside the middle. Try to get those in there too. Just a little bit of color in there. Okay. And maybe a little bit more color on this one. And now we're just gonna add it to the card. This is like the focus of the card. And so all we need is just a card base. So this is a 4 1/4 by 11 scored at 5 1/2 card base, and then some of the amazing Sand and Sea Designer Series paper. I love all the backs of the papers. This looks like sand, and this looks like the ocean, and then shells, and then this amazing paper, like an ombre color, and then we've got stars, and then I love this paper and sand dollars, more ombre, and then I love this because it looks like waves. I think that's so cool, and little dots. So really cool paper. So we're gonna add our paper on, and then we're just going to pop up our design with dimensionals, and then we'll add a sentiment. Sorry, my family is home and working from home, and I did shut the door before I started filming, but somebody came into the kitchen and opened the door, so now we get to hear my husband working on the phone. But we're going to pop all this up on dimensionals. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment. And then we will finish our card. So we're going to put the piece down like this, trying to get all the tendrils to fit inside the card. And then we'll stamp our sentiment in Flirty Flamingo. And right there in the center, I love this sentiment. Happy birthday to my beautiful friend. And I used the stitched rectangle dies to cut that out. I love the stitched rectangle dies. They are awesome for everything. And we will pop this up as well. Just stick 2 dimensionals on there. And then we'll just place this over the, I think this is the conch shell. And there we have our beautiful card using the combination of the die, the stamps, and the embossing folder. I'm offering a free card kit when you purchase this bundle, and it'll consist of 6 cards, 2 of each of these 3 designs. So just go to my website, use my April hostess code, and email me and let me know that you would like this Sand and Sea card kit, and I will send it right out to you. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out all my other Sand and Sea and Friends Are Like Seashell video tutorials. Thanks, and I'll see you next time. Bye.